phone like 3-4 times already. See, you done cleaned it so good it's slippery now. Too clean. Alright, bam. I need a stunt because I did just get a haircut. Ooh. Thank you. You got better hair. Stop it, you make me.
I do have some nice hair, but I don't know about it. I don't know. Depends on what better is. It's a matter of perception.
Okay, what's it? Intellectual. But yeah, it was tons of interesting things to talk about, man. I want to keep it, conservative though if possible. It's on you though. You let me know if we getting too crazy.
Okay.
First of all, maybe you should introduce.
Okay. Like, what you want me to say?
Just who you are and how you would like to be recognized, and maybe I'm a videographer, whatever your occupation.
So what's the name of your show again?
We called it Real Talk. What did I call it? Words of
consistency.
Words on the street.
Words on the street. Or look at some of this natural light. Hold up. Let me take off my.
See these games, y'all. I'm sorry. Or shows. I'm sorry. I gotta make a public disclaimer. No, this is a bad product. Y'all need to improve this. You see this extra little tassel? Why? Show. You gotta show me better.
I can't smoke on camera. I'm a nurse.
That's fine. I'll just roll it and probably smoke it myself. Oh, we might turn the camera. So you a nurse? And hello, nurse.
I've been a nurse since 2011.
Damn. So you definitely had to get the vaccine.
Oh yeah, I got the card on me.
The card on me. Now, all right? We can maybe. Hold on. You ain't even introduced. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Let me get my shit together. You want to start over or cut this part out?
Yeah, whatever. And I just want to thank everybody who supported the anything on YouTube. I thank y'all. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? If you watching this, I love you. Put it like that. And when I say I love you, I don't mean like on the screen, I love you. I'm saying like you can contact me. For real.
Okay. So what's the name of the show?
Words of Wisdom.
Words of Wisdom?
Yeah, how about it?
Okay. Hey y'all, it's your girl Jaleesa, and I'm on the show with Tanis, the Words of Wisdom. Okay, y'all, I'm so excited to be here. But before we get started, let me roll this window up.
Amen.
Again, I'm your girl Jaleesa. I'm on here with the Words of Wisdom. We have your host Tanis. He's going to interview me. I'm excited about this interview right now. But before we even get started, go ahead and follow me on social media. You can find me anywhere at Jaleesa Sings. That's at JALISHASINGS. And don't tell me how to pronounce my name, okay? Because you're not my mama. Peace.
Damn. I don't even think I was prepared for that. Damn. Shit, I had to get reintroduced to my own shit. Thank you.
People always want to tell me how to say my name.
I bet that you can only imagine. My name is Tanis. A nigga misspelled my name today.
It's like they do that on purpose.
Yeah, I think with black people they like want to purposely misunderstand you sometimes. Just so they can act like, just to alienate you a little bit more.
Or maybe antagonize you.
Yeah, shit like that. You know how white people do.
Or all people, because people are antagonists by nature.
You know what? Amen again. I wish if I only had sound effects in my videos like
well, that's why you go edit it later.
Yeah, that'll be a moment where I hit a for real sound effect like bam.
Yeah, you put that in there.
Hell yeah. Okay. I guess we'll start off light. Like, so you sing?
I do. I sing, I act, I rap. That's just what I do in entertainment wise. Professionally, I'm a nurse. I've been one for 10 years. I'm a notary. I'll be a loan signing agent soon and a realtor. So I'm trying to switch careers.
That's fire, because you're supposed to have many streams of income as possible. Black people, I like that. You know what I'm saying? But, just get that money. I'll put it like that.
That guap.
You know what I'm saying? But,
And
Okay.
pay your taxes too.
All right, let's get a little steamier. You know what I'm saying? A little steamier, like on the conversation. Not that steamy, but I'm like that you thought that. You know what I'm saying? But so like, oh, maybe I shouldn't get that harsh first. Maybe we'll start off like, okay, are you single?
I am big
Really?
single.
Is it? Do you feel like as a black woman that's independent, do you think it's harder to form relationships and keep them going?
Maybe. I think a lot of my personal problems, I don't even want to speak for everybody else, but just what I saw trending and what I actually experienced growing up, I feel like it's just the family infrastructure has changed, and we just don't see the same roles being played out growing up anymore. And so, of course, we are moving that way, how we were brought up, and our children are watching us. So it's some evolution going on.
Do you feel like it's for the good?
I feel like yes. In some ways it is, but you have to take the good with the bad in every situation. Not everything's going to be perfect or idealistic. However, I will say this: women have a voice. They're fighting for their rights, and they're realizing they don't have to settle for bullshit to be happy. Because at the end of the day, we're breaking barriers and stereotypes on needing a man for income or a name or any type of economic or just communal social status. We don't need that anymore. So it kind of opened us up to be more free thinking and to like make decisions that aren't necessarily based off of needing foundation, but rather chasing dreams, or I don't know, whatever it is that we feel like we want to do versus what we have to do as women in some instances.
That's not an ass straight. Okay, well, that's interesting. No, you, my sister, thank you. See, and resourceful. Okay, all right. My thing is this. Think about it like this. Do you believe that institutional racism has targeted the black family in American history?
Oh, I see it. I don't have to believe it. I mean, history repeats itself. So when a person makes a racist remark and then goes behind and apologize, you can't apologize to me, because when I look at your lineage as the oppressor, you've been doing this, you're taught this, maybe your evolution is this, and it's deep rooted. So rather you want to get out of it or not, you're gonna have to do some real fighting. Either you are racist or you not. And I do believe that the racial designed infrastructure isn't made for black men and women to prosper easily. Like, we have to struggle and find a sense of relentlessness that not all of us are born with or can even hold on to, because we beat down at birth in this skin. Like, so it's like you gotta have a special type of resilience to wear this bronze here.
Hey man, yeah, and see, exactly, because I just got connected with this white lady. Ironically, she's kind of young. She's in her early 30s. She's a organizer about. She's also an attorney, but one of her additional occupations, she organizes about women's rights and the mistreatment of black women in the workplace. And she said, based on statistics and data that they compiled, they calculated and confirmed that Cleveland is like the most, detrimental workplace environment for minority women in the United States.
I wonder what's
I should
the
call
best.
it. Yeah, I know, right?
So I want to go there.
Yeah, for real.
I'm going back to
I'm
Africa.
telling you. Yeah, for real. I'm telling you. Her name is Bethany. Shout out Bethany. She is so dope. And yeah, like she's a genius. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's this thing called Project Noir. Noir. Yep. And she worked with a couple sisters and stuff, and they real outspoken. They fire. You know what I'm saying? They said Cleveland was like, as far as educationally in the medical system and in the workplace, it's like the most crucially detrimental or oppressive, environment for black women. Yeah, for real.
Well, it's become my normal, unfortunately, so I don't even know the difference. It would be great to experience the difference.
Right. What is the best? Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I come to Cleveland. I like when I first moved to Cleveland, I moved here from New York. So I'm coming from New York. It was like all types of culture. Asian people, Hispanic people, Jamaican people.
Mixed in.
I mean, tons of people. Italian people, white people. So when I finally came to Ohio from there, it just seemed like everything was a lot slower.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, they even talking slower. Yeah, I told my auntie one day, because that's who I came here and stayed with, my auntie. I'm like, auntie, like, these people seem like they literally talk slower.
Wow.
She like, oh, it's a Southern influence.
That's what I've been hearing this whole time.
But see, when I became an adult and looked into it, I found out Cleveland is one of the most lead poisoned cities in America.
Ooh, that makes sense, because they have been doing a lot of lead testing since I could remember here.
Yeah, it's a bad problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, and that slows your brain down.
Of course.
Exactly.
Dang, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
So you guys call 411 if you need to get your house tested for lead. It's good just to get somebody out there and know where you stand. You don't want someone to develop a mental delay because of something that could have been very well prevented by just calling 411 and asking to have your house tested for lead.
See, but wait though. If you already got lead in your house, by the time they test it, you already fucked up.
Maybe, or maybe not. Maybe they just moved in it and they got it.
Yeah, if so that advice, that's for the motherfuckers who's just moving. Before you move into a place, you should probably have it tested.
You should check that out.
You know, but if you testing your house and you already there, man, that's a dangerous roulette.
Yeah, but it's a certain year of a house. Like, I don't know if it's like after 70 something or 80 something they stop making lead based paint. But if your house is older than, I'll say, the 90s, you should get it tested.
Yeah, I mean, and the sad part is, pretty much every house, they already said most every house in Northeast Ohio, especially Cleveland, has got potential lead in it.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah, it's like 90%. It's like, it's not even like half.
That's wow.
Yeah, these people is like and that's what I started learning. Like, people started calling me a conspiracy theorist, but really I just became a researcher.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I started taking the information I learned and started like thinking different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wasn't taking it like, oh, you know, this is information that I'm just gonna share with people who think like this.
Mm-hmm.
No, I said I'm about to change how I overall look at stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
And
kind of like you a missionary for a cause.
kind of like a missionary for a cause.
Like to enlighten people about certain things, huh?
I mean, I guess, you know what I'm saying? But really, it was about just changing. For example, like, you learn about genetically modified fruit and stuff. So you start thinking like, man, I want to get organic fruit. So people might be like, what is this in your refrigerator? Boom, hey, I'm eating that now. See, but people on the first experience with it, like, let's go back 5 to 10 years. That organic and healthy shit was kind of new to people. People was like, that's weird for real.
Yep.
When people start really seeing like people dying real bad, niggas start be saying,
Cancer,
fuck. Yeah. People start saying, fuck it, I'm organic, I'm a vegetarian in the hood though.
I know a lot of black vegans, but I would say this, like, if you look back at black culture, we're not barbarians. We actually ate a clean diet. And if you still look at the people in Africa, the indigenous people, they still eat clean. Like, when I say clean, I mean they eat predominantly vegetables, very little meat, if anything. You know what I mean? They're very spiritual and clean people. So don't let nobody tell you otherwise.
And see, they giving us what? Burgers.
And who knows what's in it.
Yeah, and then you got even genetically modified meat.
Yeah.
Yes, even that ain't even real. And
That's
then when you're in the hood, like in a like practical, like your own kinsman, you're in Superior, like you don't have access to good food or clean, healthy, non-genetically modified food. You're basically in a dead zone, a food dead zone.
Yep, cancer is coming, and diabetes is coming, all that shit that they say, oh, it run in your family. You just expect to get sick. No, being sick is not normal.
No, yeah, and then Dr. Sebi, you feel me?
normal.
Shout out Dr. Sebi, man. I can't say his name enough. You know, I'm realizing people are attacking that man even in his grave right now.
Yeah, but anybody who is great gets attacked. That goes with the territory. It's just up to you to decipher the knowledge as true and to pass it on through your kids. That's how his legacy lives on.
Yeah, man. You know, I'm seeing the white people and the health professionals, like, for example, in the face of the coronavirus. I can't even say it, man. They gonna flag it on YouTube, man.
What
You
can't
can't say shit about coronavirus.
Really?
You literally cannot say nothing.
Dang.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my
What a
God.
thing to know.
They will literally flag this fucking video. You know what I'm saying, y'all? It's that painful. I'm scared to say it. So I'm gonna say the blank blank. Hopefully, God, please don't let them take this bitch down. Okay.
You're gonna have to put a new edit on. Blank
Yeah,
out.
damn. Y'all, and that's another thing we need to address. Like, censorship on the internet is a serious problem right now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my God. Yes, that is... Oh, my God. Like, I'll take it like this. Think about it like this. You remember in, like, 2012... when people was exposing the Illuminati a lot, though, everything was exposing, like how they had those symbols in the videos and the hand signs and stuff. And next thing you know, by like 2017, it's gone.
PR work. They had to get rid of the influence.
Thank you,
Keep the
programmers.
agenda going.
Yeah, we can't even tell the truth on here.
Hell no. That's why in some countries, they ban books and certain music and stuff because they don't want their people to think for themselves.
Oh my God.
They don't want them to think against the government. Like, oh, God forbid you're a nonconformist. Now we got to ostracize you, make you crazy, pin a case on you, or whatever, kill you.
Yeah, that's so serious.
Oh,
and
my.
that's something we not teaching the kids enough, that you live in a corrupt society, and if you ever attempt to live outside of that corruption, you will put yourself in danger. You know what I'm saying? That's something we never tell kids. They just wake up one day, they go to their job or they go to school and learn a certain lesson, and they're like, what?
Completely off guard by real society, because shit is not what you see on TV when you plugged in. That's why I like to spend hours away from TV or just the influence of society, because then I could think for myself. So you need to make sure you get yourself room to think for yourself.
Oh my gosh. And yes, that's and we have to point out the fact that I don't know if we're gonna be in danger for saying this, but like YouTube and these social media platforms are censoring the information from getting to the public right now. You're not getting a free source of information no more. Yeah, and maybe you never really was, but you for certain are getting even more restricted now. You know what I'm saying? So, oh my gosh. And personal research is vital, but...
Absolutely. Read your books. You know, everything that is meant to help you and equip you with what you need to know to prosper and evolve is in a book. But it's so hard to read a book when you weren't grown. You're not raised reading. You know what I mean? So it's one of them things you're going to have to work at until it become a habit. But read.
I'm with that. Any good books you might suggest?
Oh, I'll show you my whole list of books that I've been reading.
Yup. Hit us with some...
I got 48 Laws of Power, The Laws of Human Nature, The Art of Seduction, Letters to a Starseed, The Art of War, Telepathics, How to Analyze People, and then the Ohio Real Estate Exam.
Oh.
Told you what else? Yeah, okay.
Swag.
Go on with it.
Swag.
But yeah, I just like spiritual stuff. I like to tap in. I like to research my history, because I realized that human nature doesn't really change. You know what I mean? It's just a new technology, a new year, a new era that I'm living in this body, in this human experience. But it's the same bullshit. So if you can learn something from the past, then it'll give you the cheat code to the future. So
yeah, I was curious to ask you a silly question. Like, where do you go grocery shopping?
Oh, I go several different places, depending on the budget that week, because I don't get food stamps.
But you know what? If you get food stamps, I love you.
Shout out. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If you get food stamps, I'm buying food stamps, please. But
damn, check her Instagram, pop it up.
Heck
dude.
yeah, Angelisa Sings. That's at JALISHASINGS. Don't forget. But anyway, yeah, I had food stamps, man. I was mad when they told me I wasn't eligible.
See, if you really old school, you remember when they used to have the actual physical food stamps? Yes.
My mom never had food stamps.
Yes, me and my family, we had the real ones with the 50s, the 20s, the hundreds, and the ones. You feel me?
I was the one with the debit card food stamps. Back in 2006, I got my first stamps. But...
yeah, I remember counting it up. My mama gave me some. I thought I was balling.
That's right, put it in my pocket. Money.
Hell yeah, I put that in my pocket.
Feeling rich.
You gave me 3 food stamp dollars. Tucked it.
Shit, that was a lot of money back then.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You can get like 4 items or like 3 big items in like a bag of penny candy, and you know,
coming up, you feel me?
it's
And
magic.
man, you old school. Anybody remember the paper food stamps? Holla at me. You know what I'm saying? I know people gonna be awkward, want to be embarrassed. Y'all ain't gotta be embarrassed.
You ain't gotta be embarrassed. Shit,
Bro,
there's
say, I
wealthy
love you.
people on stamps. Just don't get it twisted. It's all about riding the system. So it's people on some stamps now.
Yeah, I mean, Cleveland is one of the most impoverished cities. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Martin Luther King talked about that. Like, he was talking about how black professionals, like, it's hard sometimes for them, in order to cross over into that environment, to still be able to adapt to where they from. And by the time they cross that threshold, they so out of touch that it's like, damn, we can't even reach back, and it keeps a divide, because it's like black rich people like, I ain't broke, bitch. No, I ain't with these broke people, because white people teach us that that's the behavior of a rich person.
And that's not, because if you really watch the rich people, they don't even dress like nothing unless they go into an event. They might be in some Levi's and a holy ass shirt with some old ass Uggs, looking like a bum on the street.
Yeah, Kanye.
But they wealthy. Like, the priorities need to be there. Just need to be there. Shoot, you see me outside any other day, I might look crazy too. Shit, but I'm telling you, I got some money tucked in the bank though.
Right. You know what it is? Over generations of time, you know, they take a lot of our dignity by having us poor as a culture. Like, black people have always kind of represented poverty in America more than any other race. Even though white people, it's just maybe more poor white people than us, because they make up more of the population. But black people seem to like really be associated with poverty. Come on now. So when we get any money, our first goal is to dissociate from that. You know, like,
Yeah,
no,
that's
I'm not
why
that no
Kanye
more.
said people, they teach us to hate ourselves but love their wealth. That's why Shorty's holler where the ball at. Like, it's just having nothing and losing. I'm sorry, I don't even know who that is. Coming from nothing and losing your heritage over slavery, and then not having any generational wealth takes like its toll on like a lineage's self-esteem, and they fail to freaking prosper in which ways you would want to see them prosper. And then the ones who try and get it together, they face so much animosity and derogatory behavior from other races, just not wanting to see them do well. So it's like, damn, you really got to be resilient.
And you know what? It just reminds me, man, we should create ways like platforms or just avenues so people can get more closure with their identity in this country. You know, more places that people can get like therapy for that for free in the hood.
Need therapy for sure.
Free therapy in the hood,
We
like
need
not
free
not
therapy.
medication. Stop medicating people. Give
That's
them
all
therapy.
they do when you go to therapy. They just ask you a bunch of questions, and then they try to assign you some pills. And once you take them pills, now it's on your permanent record of mental illness or whatever. And it can all be worked out
And
if
you know
somebody
what?
really cared.
You know what? I'm gonna say a real you know, confession on here today. I was on the suicide hotline, right? And I told him, like, no, I don't want to hurt myself or anyone. Like, I just felt like talking right now, and I don't got nobody to talk to that I trust. You know what I'm saying? They were like, well, if you don't need any mental health services, we have very little we can do for you. Are you sure there's not something? Da, 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 da. I asked the lady this. I'm like, ma'am, do you think that I can address institutional racism in society with drugs that will alter my perception of reality? Will drugs that alter a person's perception of reality actually address the corruption of the world? And the lady, just, even though she's a professional, she had a lot of good rebuttals. At that point, she just stopped. Like, no, it's not.
Well, my concern was that you called the suicide hotline for help, and instead of giving you preventative care, they turned you away. Like, I've been turned away from therapy before. People telling me I'm too normal and I don't need it. But I'm telling you, something is off. So dig a little fucking deeper until you find that something.
No, honestly, I was ranting. I'm not gonna lie. I just wanted to talk.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I just felt like I was not. I wouldn't say I was antagonizing, but I felt like, man, I do want to talk about this shit. I'm like, look, as a black man in America, who can we go to and just confess these frustrations
That's a good
and not
question.
be attacked or feel people threatened? Yeah, like there's no place, you know what I'm saying, where minorities can go. Like that's why they rap so hard and entertain so hard, because that's like the only arena in America where that's kind of tolerated. Other than that, even if a NFL, hard as they is, if they try to do some black power radical shit, they gonna take their money.
They get blacklisted. Like,
You can't actually vent the frustration of a minority that's indignant about any corruption related to racism.
because everybody wants you to shut up and just be a good little nigga, you know. But at the end of the day, you're a human being. You're not just the color of your skin or ethnic background, because there are great people and there are less favorable people in every race and ethnic background. So I understand this. So when I'm around somebody, I also understand your history as a whole. So I put that in perspective of what you might be taught growing up, but I give you a chance to make an impression. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like I agree with that, man. And I see America, even like I studied about the psychiatric industry and the foundation of it and the DSM and how they designed it originally. It was a collective of professionals, all white, no black people, in a room, and they would literally shout amongst themselves, diagnostic terminology, and whatever prevailed amongst the discussion ended up becoming compiled into the original DSM. And they actually at one point said homosexuality was a mental illness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that. I feel like everybody has... Here's what I look at it is. Like, there are more women than men. So how on earth is everybody supposed to be heterosexual?
I mean, I'm not saying I agree with homosexuality, but to label it a mental illness was a little bit of a stretch. I'm telling you, they talked about how a lot of people's bias and stereotypes, it was only a compiled group of professional white men. They didn't even include any women.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were sexist and racist.
That's a good topic right there, because I've been feeling real passionate about sexism for real, because I feel like, and don't shoot me when I say this, but whatever, I feel like just from personal experience, sexism could be a little bit worse than racism, and I've experienced both. Okay? Anytime a woman tries to be something other than the role that society has designed for her to fit into, now she's a problem, now she's this, she ain't never gonna find that. But why can't a woman just be a human freaking person with things to offer or something to benefit from in a healthy manner, rather than just an object to be freaked and breeded?
Exactly. Yeah, I hate that, how they degrade our women, especially like 107.9. We was just talking about this. It's so heavy. Like we was like, man, 107.3 The Wave. If you from Cleveland, you know what 107.3 The Wave is. Any true Cleveland human being, I ain't gonna say nigga, I'm gonna just say any human that really has been in Cleveland for a while, you know what 107.3 The Wave was. You know what I'm saying? Shout out 107.3. I'm sorry, but the point was they took that off the radio.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's gone.
Dang, I haven't looked for it in a minute.
And that was right, because people on Sirius Radio now, people got all type of
apps,
Pandoras and crap. But yeah, that like for the poor people that actually use radio. Okay, now the only selection they have is like more white rock mixed with black music or ratchet 107.9. You know what I'm saying? And that's just pure violence. Ratchet, violence, ratchet, over and over. The concepts, the topics of the music. But see, 107.3 The Wave was like Anita Baker, Shaka Khan, people singing with like in a classy way about love and even like sex and things like that. They was doing it in a much more refined, classy way. And now that's gone. So the only option that they gonna have for their brains is just things that's destructive. You know what I'm saying? Even jazz music, they played a lot of jazz. That don't even got no lyrics. Your mind just gotta wander on that. And now they took even that. Like, ain't no good jazz station. I'm like on the regular Cleveland radio no more.
Darn.
Yeah, that to me like that was a humongous deal.
And to go with that, them taking the arts programs out of inner city schools, like, what's up with that? Can we get some funding? These kids need these outlets. They need something to believe in.
Right, that's smart though. Like, see, I see it's a diabolical thing because they know if they keep compressing them, they gonna outburst with energy. Y'all,
And negative energy.
yeah, not necessarily,
Oh,
but
well,
it
it could be
it easily could turn to negative energy if God don't guide them right. They gonna feel really restricted. No art programs, no 107.9. I mean 107.3 The Wave. No jazz music to soothe you down. Just all ratchet and get it back in blood.
Violent,
Get it back in
money,
blood.
yeah.
Come on, black people. I realize that is so diabolical because it's a mental attack. You know what I'm saying? And these schools restricting our children. You know what I'm saying? That's now they outbursting. They like, man, I refuse to not express myself. You know, they have to rebel.
Yeah, it's true. They are rebellious at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm noticing that too. Because I have a 16-year-old daughter, and she definitely is showing me some things. She's standing up for her. Yeah, I do.
Wow.
Yeah, I do. So she's definitely standing up for her rights and everything.
Like, give an example.
Like, for example, I had did a song with someone and I played it for her and she hated it. She said it was misogynistic and I said, just make sure when you put me on your podcast, you blowing me and you telling everybody about the song, how misogynistic it is. Make sure you put my name really big.
Wow.
And spell it right too.
And that's so ironic because my cousin and her kids, you know, her oldest kid out of 3 is her daughter, and she's very independent thinking like that. She was talking about she don't even agree with the Bible because she feels it was a tool of white supremacy.
I feel that way.
I'm like,
but
oh,
you know, you can't say things like that. But at the end of the day, I feel like take the Bible with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, it was meant to brainwash people. So it was written by the slave. You don't know what version of it we getting. We ain't getting the original holy book now. If I were, I would read that too.
Yes, I mean we do know that the letter J had not been incorporated into the language that Jesus name. That's my speaker in my pocket.
Oh.
Jesus' name was it didn't have the letter J in it. It didn't exist at the time he was born.
Really?
Yeah, it was actually like Yeshua.
Huh.
Yeah, like his name was not Jesus.
Well, see, that just shows you people playing telephone with books. But I mean, I definitely believe in a higher power. I would like to meet that higher power one day. So I try to live my best life the best way I can. I try to promote people's health and well-being instead of demolish or undermine them. I just want to see people do great, you know, especially people who look like me.
All right, now I'm gonna hit you with one kind of hard question now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is just for me personally. Okay, when I get on like your Instagram, right, I'm like, man, is it just me or is it getting hot? Is it
Really?
like
On my
maybe it's like,
Instagram?
oh God, I'm like, oh God, and maybe it's just me and my perverted self.
Because what do I be posting?
You don't really be showing too much, but you kind of give it. You let the imagination kind of get a little
Definitely.
dash.
Yeah.
And I wonder, like, is it like, how do you feel about that? Is it very intentional, or is it kind of just I'm natural with that's just me?
I feel like I'm naturally like that. You know what I mean? It's something I probably evolved into. I don't think about it. I don't try.
Wow.
I just breathe. And then there I am.
When y'all see her Instagram, you'll get it.
Make sure y'all follow at Jalisa Sings. That's at JALISHASINGS. Or Google me, Jalisa Johnson.
Yes, as a professional, yes. But yeah, I just appreciate your swag a lot. I'm glad we finally getting some shit done.
Yeah, this is dope.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
cool. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I might hit you one little closer question. Like,
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
And then
yeah.
I'll let you hear a couple of my tracks.
for sure, get it rocking. Hey, you know what I mean? Let me get involved in this bitch. I got a haircut, man.
And then after that, when you close out, I'm about to smash in a minute. I can't wait to eat.
Heck shit.
I'm so
Okay.
hungry.
Let me think, y'all. Oh yeah,
Ask me another question.
Yeah, my bad. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, now I know you see some of the type of stuff I'm on creatively, right? Do you be catching some of the shit I be on?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when you be sending me links and stuff like that, yes.
Not just musically, but like as far as like the campaign of like the ideology of what I'm pushing. Like,
Yeah, well, like, you're like an activist, a modern day activist, just trying to kind of wake people up a little bit.
all right, ask it better. What do you feel about Freemasonry? You ever heard that term?
I have. When I was doing something at the Masonic Auditorium, then I started hearing about stories there, but I don't really know too much.
You don't really know much about it?
Mm-mm.
Interesting. Okay, that's interesting.
Why?
Because that's such a one of the core influences to the outlay of this country.
Really?
Absolutely. George Washington was a Mason.
I didn't know.
Yeah, the dollar, $1.
So what does it mean to be a Mason?
They're just people who happen to be influential in society, like many politicians are Masons. You know, it's a secret society.
What's their cause?
I mean, you gotta read up on them.
Okay,
I mean, but I do have my opinions. I can go to a couple facts for you real quick. Like, if you look at Washington D.C., for example. In fact, go on Google real quick. Let me show you something. Okay, type in. Let me see. My bad. I'm so sorry.
No, you good.
Washington. You might have seen this before. Did you know the streets around the White House actually form a pentagram?
And why would they have that? That look like a Star of David. But you're right, it is a pentagram. Why is that there?
That's all you gotta do. Type that in to find it.
But what is it? It's like some underground.
No, that's not underground. That's the regular streets. Like if we
So-
like driving right here, imagine if the streets around here just happen to line up and form that.
So they over here channeling energy.
There you go. That's at the White House.
Oh, that's why they be building pyramids and stuff, because that's an energy thing.
Yeah.
I'm
like,
tapping in.
you know, like me, I'll get into a little bit of research. Cause I like my thing is this, like a lot of people.
Oh, that's a cute dress.
It is though.
Yeah, I'm about to get me.
You'll destroy that. But like I get into a lot of research, y'all. And I always encourage research. I'm not gonna push my opinions, but I will drop some info. How about
Always
that?
do your own research. Don't check something twice and 3 times just because you should.
You ever heard of Charleston White?
No.
No?
No.
You a lie. You lie.
Who's Charleston? Let me look it up.
No, you for real don't know
Okay,
who
I'm about to
Charleston
see. I'm
White
about to
is?
see because maybe I just seen.
Hey, that
it.
dude. Hey, shout out Charleston White, man. Hey, I love you, dude. I love Charleston White. You know what I'm saying? I support just radical empowerment shit. You feel me? And I know niggas might have something to say. God bless you.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of his podcasts.
Yeah, that nigga
Yeah,
wild,
yeah.
bro. That nigga is crazy.
Yeah, I'm like not a